afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Stampin' Up with Jamie. I'm so happy you're here today or catching this on replay. I hope you find this tutorial a help, and if nothing else, inspirational. Try out some great new product. Today I am making this card here, and I have to say I normally don't mix and match stamps, but I am using the Beauty of Friendship stamp and I'm mixing it with the Mountain Air, and I really do think they complement each other beautifully and really kind of go together and work nicely. And I love the sentiment, I believe in you. I know exactly who I'm mailing this to, someone that could possibly use just a little bit of encouragement. And so that's my card today. Let us dive in and we're going to get going. There's lots happening in the Stampin' Up world. Today is Tuesday, which means my weekly tips and I almost said tips and tricks. Tips and updates email will go out today. If you haven't already signed up to get this weekly email of mine, I highly recommend you do it. I send it out every Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday if I forget. And I let you know what's going on in the Stampin' Up world. If there's any promotions, if there's any special sales, I give you some tips and things that I think that you might find helpful. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining me. And so that goes out weekly. And then just for signing up for the weekly email, you will be mailed 5 card tutorials, PDF instructions on how to make 5 quick and easy cards. And so you get that and then lots of information. So that's going out today in the email. So I'm not going to let you know everything that's going on. Be sure to hop on over to jamieb.com and you will find all the happenings going on. Jaimie, you have to spell it correctly. So, okay, let's dive into today's card. It's starting off with 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, right down the middle. And I had a spot. Where is it? There we go. I'm going to hide it. I'm going to put that on the front because I'm going to hide it. Okay, this is Pool Party, by the way. Let me show you the colors I'm working with because they're so yummy. I love them together so much. Look at all these colors. I'm using tons of colors, but they're very muted and they're kind of all this like very pretty colors. Crumb Cake, that's going to be my tree stump and my twine. And then Pool Party is my background. Smoky Slate is the mountains. Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent are my trees, both the dark shade and the lighter shade. So Pool Party is my cardstock that I'm starting off with here. And then I have another panel of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I already went ahead and I embossed this using the Bark embossing folder. This is beautiful. It's huge. It's 6 by 6. Was your spot on the cardstock, or is it something I didn't know? It is. I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to cover it, so it doesn't even matter. This is going to go like that. I already went ahead and embossed this. So this is the Bark embossing folder. I always feel like this picture doesn't quite do these embossing folders justice because this is really, really beautiful. The amount of detail that you get into this cardstock is quite impressive. It's really amazing. And both the negative side and the positive side, they're very similar looking. So I don't know, I think I'm going to use this one, but they're both quite impressive. So again, the Bark embossing folder, right now, I do have a special that I am running through June 22nd. So with any order over $75 before shipping and tax, in addition to the free $10 item, you can pick an embossing folder of your choice, and I'm throwing that in for free. And they're all on the table except for the, what's it called? The Bloom Hybrid or Bloom's Hybrid embossing folder. That's the only exception. But other than that, you can add on any embossing folder for free. Just place your order, then email me what embossing folder you'd like and what free $10 item you'd like as well. And this would be a great option. I really feel like Stampin' Up! Hit it out of the park with these embossing folders. So I wanted to just share. Hi, Julie. Good afternoon. And Amy's here. Thanks for joining me. Oh, well, I guess we'll use without even thinking, I picked up my liquid glue. Looks like I'm using liquid glue for this. So, yeah, I think A lot of embossing folders retired, which I was a little sad about. But then when I saw all the new ones, I was like, well, looks like out with the old and in with the new. These, I just love them so, so much. And I've been slowly, why am I a smidge short? I may have to trim my bottom a little bit. I must have cut that a smidge short because it is ever so slightly short on the bottom. So I'm just going to hack off the bottom piece a little bit. Don't mind me. Yep. Okay, there we go. Okay, see all that texture? Love it. A lot of it's going to get covered, unfortunately. Really, a lot of the goodness is going to kind of cover it, but you still see the texture kind of poking out of the sides. If you wanted more of the texture showing, you would just start with a smaller piece of basic white. I am going to use a panel that is 3 3/4 by 5. Let me just measure. Yeah, 3 3/4 by 5. And I am going to start off, let me show you what I'm working with. So the Mountain Air, again, I'm combining 2 stamp sets. I didn't get this idea. I saw someone else do it and I couldn't even tell you who I saw do it, so I can't even give them credit. But I want to let you know that it's not an original idea to put these 2 stamp sets together. I saw it and I thought it was, I'm fuzzy. Oh dear. Everything's good on my side. Oh gosh, I hope it's not horrible. Thanks, Janice. Welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me this afternoon. Thank you. Okay, well, I hope I'm not too bad. I hope the internet isn't too horrible and you can still somewhat make out what I'm saying. If not, you can just watch and learn. Okay, so this is 2-step stamping. So these aren't 2 separate stamps. Actually, it's not 2-step stamping. It's, oh, what are those called? Reversibles, I want to call it. That's not what they're called, but turn your wick on like last time. I don't know what that means, Julie. I'm sorry. Can you just clarify what you mean by that? I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Oh, Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi was off? Is it? Well, actually, I think my Wi-Fi is off. Is that better? How did you know my Wi-Fi was off? That's just kind of crazy. Oh my gosh, how did you know that? Thank you, Julie. Oh, so funny. I had no idea my Wi-Fi was off. It's clear now? Oh my gosh. I have no idea how you knew that, but that's really cool, and thank you. I have no idea, but I guess I'm going to have to make sure I have my Wi-Fi on from now on. Okay, anyways, here we go. So Mountain Air, this isn't 2 separate stamps. This is the front of the stamp and this is the back of the stamp. It kind of gives like the shadow effect, you know, so to speak. So I'm just going to have to do a little cleaning before stamping. So I have the textured part, the detailed part out first. I'm going to stamp that first because that's going to give me kind of the placement and help me decide where the shadow goes. I'm going to call it the shadow. The back of it. So first I'm going to stamp the front and I'm going to over ink just because I want to make sure I went wide enough. And down that goes. I hope I'm better now. I had no idea. Thank you. And my light went really dark. I don't know what is going on with my video today. It is crazy around here. My video on my phone just went really dark. I wonder if I accidentally lowered no, my light is up all the way. Okay, hopefully we're good still. Okay, so I cleaned the front, so I have a clean stamp. And all I'm going to do is flip it around. So now the flat side, or the part that would normally go against the block, is now on the outside. Okay, good, Amy. Whew. Who knows what's going on? Gotta love technology. I mean, like sometimes it works in your favor and other times it leaves you a little puzzled. Okay, so I have the flat side out. The detailed is now the one that is against my block. And I'm going to ink this baby up. And I want a lighter shade, so I'm going to stamp off first. Like so. Hopefully that works. Okay, it's a little darker. I wonder if I could just tap. Okay, we're going with it. No, I gotta do it again. Live video. I don't dare just do it and hope it works. Let's do that again. Okay. Okay. And then now I'm going to sort of offset. Instead of going over directly, I'm going to kind of offset so that it's sort of like a shadow, a background, so to speak. It's a little subtle detail. I mean, it's very subtle, but it is there. Okay. And then we're done with the smoky slate. By the way, I don't know if I said that. That was smoky slate that I did that in. And then I'm going to clean this off because I only have one, what is this? Eye block. So I need that. And then next, I'm going to take this sort of tree line detail. And I'm going to put the flat side down. I want the detailed out. Get that down. And I'm going to stamp him at the bottom of the mountains in Evening Evergreen ink. This is one of our new ink colors. It is just a beautiful, rich, dark green. But it's different. It's not like Mossy Meadow and it's not like Shaded Spruce. It's a different dark green and I love it. I keep using it over and over again. I'm working on cards for a stamp camp in a box. For one of the classes that we're offering, and it uses, it's going to be a Christmas in July class, and it uses this color. So I have been using this a lot lately, a lot. Okay, that stamp's very dark, but it will lighten a little bit as we kind of let it sit for a second. So I'm just cleaning that off because I am going to stick my elbow in it unless I clean it. Okay, so that's kind of the setting. And we're going to set that aside. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay, so now I need a piece of scrap. Now we're going to make the tree. So that was Mountain Air. To make the tree, we're going to use the Beauty of Friendship stamp set and coordinating dies. So it is a bundle. It's a stamp set dies bundle. And you can do some really nice layering. These can be used as part of the tree, or they be used as like a bush. Really sweet sentiments. I love these so much. I feel like you have just sentiments of encouragement. You have sentiments of thinking of you and just a plain hello, which I love. We have this like splattered one that you could use to make like really colorful trees for the fall. I just think this is great. And then this little one down here that can kind of create like a little shadow underneath your tree. So I'm using some soft succulent Evening Evergreen, and there's two. I'm stamping the bigger, this guy up here, not this one here. So I'm going to do this one first in soft succulent and then come with this one in Evening Evergreen. You're going to see, and I'm going to walk you through, that you don't necessarily need the second color because it is a distinctive stamp. So even by just stamping this one stamp, you do get just a nice variation in color, and you're going to see that in about 2 seconds. 1, 2. Okay, so see how just using one color, you already get like 2 tones in here? Those are the beautiful distinctive stamps that Stampin' Up! Creates. Just a really unique way of adding depth to a single stamp. But because there is, and we can, I'm going to come in with the other one, which I can't find. There it is. It's just like the more detailed one, and I'm going to add a touch of Evening Evergreen to it. Now, here's the thing. I am not going to overthink this because I don't even know if there's like a right and a wrong place for it. We're going to go, there's not a right and wrong place. Okay, there we go. Again, that's going to lighten a little bit, you're going to see, as it dries. Where do I want to put that there? Okay, so there's our tree. So now we actually have 3 tones on that. We have the lighter shade from the one, the darker shade from the other one, and then the Evening Evergreen that comes in. Last but not least, we need to stamp our trunk, which I'm going to stamp in Crumb Cake. And this is a fun stamp because you could leave it blank and do like a Christmas scene with like snow falling. You could even like use that stamp as snow falling, or you can stamp it and then do this one in all different colors around it for fall. I mean, I just think this is great. It's a great, did I stick my thumb in it? No. It's a great trunk. I don't know. Can you get a wrong trunk? I don't know, but this is a good one. Okay, crumb cake. Although, I don't know why that looks like soft suede. Actually, I second guessed myself, but I was pretty sure I'd stamped it in crumb cake. Okay, I'm just clearing off my die cutting machine here, which had stuff all layered on it. So like I said, the beauty of friendship does come in dies, and I can't find what oh, there they are. Whew, I had a scare there. I'm like, what did I do with them? The coordinating dies are the beautiful trees dies. Okay, and I've used a timer too, so they're all starting to fall out. This is gorgeous. So pretty, this tree here. And so you have like 3 sizes. Again, mine are all falling out because I'm using them a lot. So this one here, oops, this one matches the treetop that we're using. This matches that smaller image that I said you could use as a bush or a shrub if you wanted. This matches the tree trunk that I just stamped. But then you have this over here, which is a standalone, and you could, it just makes this really beautiful big tree. And again, you could use it for Christmas, holiday, winter stamping and just do like a snowy scene with it. Or you could use like a traditional colors. And then we have an outline and then this beautiful detail here, which I think I already mailed the card that I made that used them. And it just comes together really easily. And then you have like these 2 cute little birds. I just love that they're included because they're just like a sweet little detail. Oh boy, I'm sorry. A call was coming through. Even though I put do not disturb, so they must have called a couple times. We have 2 rectangles that fit the different sentiments, which are really fun. So, okay. So let's cut those out. I'm just going to cut them off screen here with my die cutting machine. And try and line them up well. It's always a little nerve-wracking. I am going to do one at a time. I do not trust myself doing them both at the same time. So that's the one. Now we'll do the tree. Sure, that looks good. I think, or did it just move? Oh, it did just move. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Okay, so while you're waiting for me to do this, comment below, what is your favorite season? Do you like summer is your favorite season? Winter is your favorite season? Because these trees make trees for just about any season. You could, I almost made a tree with like pink, different color pinks, leaves and whatnot. But I went back to traditional. Fall, yes, fall is my favorite too. So just think you could make this really beautiful with like oranges and like Cajun craze, pumpkin pie, just really beautiful colors in the fall. So, what did I do with my adhesive? Oh, there it is. Sorry, in true Jamie form, it's like, it's here somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where it is. So I'm going to just adhere. I could have used liquid glue, but I didn't feel like it. So we're just using a strip of Stampin' Seal. Okay, let's start putting everything together. This is going to go over my card front, which I'm not going to do yet. Oh my goodness, I almost did it. And I do it all the time where I forget to wind around. Do it all the time on live video where I adhere it down without doing whatever like ribbon detail I have designed. Okay, so I am using just a piece of crumb cake. I'm going to wind it around twice. This crumb cake, ooh, that's a tongue twister. Is that enough? Crumb cake is from the Essentials. What is it called? Essentials. Oh dear. Hold on. Let's get the exact wording. Let's see here. Essentials, Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. You get 5 colors. You get crumb cake white, black, gray granite, and berry vanilla. I'm using the crumb cake. And anytime you wrap around and you're looking to do a bow, okay, don't worry about it being too loosey-goosey. I think I did this way too far over. I did. Hold on. I need more on this side. Don't worry about it being too loosey-goosey quite yet. I may end up putting the bow on the other side just by the way I cut it. Because you can always, on the back, make it work. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to tie a bow, and I only tie a bow usually if it's twine. Otherwise, I'm doing a fork bow because me and bows, we just don't get along very well. You know what I mean? They just don't like me, and honestly, I don't really like them. I usually love big tails, but I kind of cut my twine a little on the shorter side, so it looks like we're going to have short tails. And they're all twisted. Okay, so anytime I'm trying to untwist, I put a finger at the knot, and then I pull the tail, and usually it prevents it from twisting, usually. Okay, so, we're going to call that good enough. I'm telling you, these bows, they don't like me. They just don't like me. Oh, boy. And I usually like really long tails, but we're going to have to trim them even. Okay, so it's a little loosey-goosey. Actually, it's not that bad. But if it's too loosey-goosey, what I do is I put a little bit of adhesive on the back, literally right over the twine or whatever I'm using. And then I scrunch my fingers together like that to tighten it. So it can be a little tricky to tie a bow by yourself without having someone to kind of hold the knot. And so sometimes it just ends up being really loose. But if you make it loose, just tighten it on the back. It's just a lot easier than trying to tie a really tight bow from the front. Okay, that's my little trick, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so this gets adhered down with Stampin' Dimensionals, because when in doubt, use Stampin' Dimensionals. 3 on either side. Whoops, I grabbed 2 at once. Peel them off. And no matting. I always mat. I don't know why I didn't with this one. Couldn't tell you. Did I get them all off? No. No matting though. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. Just wasn't feeling the mat. Okay, so that's going on my card front like this. And I use the Dimensionals A because it's going on cardstock that's been embossed. And so it can be hard to adhere something over an embossed cardstock because of the amount of texture. And B, because I did wrap around twine, it's going to leave like a little hump there anyways. And so just to make it flat, I use the Dimensionals. So it's all raised and I'm not having to... Oh, I should have stamped first too. Let's stamp now because if I need to fix it, that's easier to fix it before it's all. Oh, goodness. So I would also recommend on a normal day to stamp your sentiment before adhering it down. And if this doesn't stamp right, we're going to have to figure out a fix. For my sample card, I did the I Believe in You. I just love that sentiment so much. It's just so encouraging. But for today, I'm going to be using the You Truly Inspired Me. And I'm going to stamp that in the Evening Evergreen. Do I have a dimensional under there? I don't. Okay, so I should be able to, let me just test it. I should be able to get it down flat. If not, we're going to have to, it'll be a make it work moment. Okay, so I'm stamping this in Evening Evergreen. I just love that color so much. Just a nice, rich, deep green. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, no need to have to fix it. It works, it's good. I'm probably gonna have to put my tree a little to the right. Where's my tree? Let's see. I think my tree is gonna have to go here. Let's just see. Yeah. That's okay. I actually kind of like it there. So for my tree, I'm going to, again, use my Stampin' Dimensionals, if I can find them. And I'm going to use a bunch, probably 4. And then a mini one, just barely, ever so slightly, almost doesn't fit here at the bottom, but it does. I mean, it barely does, but just enough to kind of ground it. And so the bottom isn't like flying all over the place. It does go more narrow. And so you can't really, you know, do that more, you know, at the top, but okay, so let me pull these off just like this. I like my dimensionals. You can never have enough. And then that is going to go to the right of my bow, to the left of my sentiment. Okay. Maybe a little more left than a right. We'll have it go like that. Okay. Now, that's our outside. Outside is done. What do you think? Do you like the mix of the two stamps? Again, Beauty of Friendship with the Mountain Air. Again, I don't know. These trees are more evergreen trees. So, but I think no one else is going to notice, although I just said it. Funny enough, for my sample, I forgot to do the inside. Look, it's bare. So I'm going to have to do that. But for you guys, I'm going to. I'm just going to do the tree. I think I'm going to do the tree. I haven't really thought this out. Let's do the tree, I think. We'll see. If we don't like it, I'll just flip it over and do it again. Thanks, ladies. I'm glad you like it. I do too. I think it mixes well. So for the inside, I just have a 4 by 5 1/4 panel of basic white. Again, I'm going to stamp the trunk in crumb cake. And then we'll do the soft succulent. Where is it? There it is. Now this one, you're going to see the branches coming through because I'm not layering one over the other. So we'll see if we like it or not. If we don't, I can always stamp and cut out and then adhere over it. I don't know. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I didn't do this in my sample. If we like the branches popping through or not. I don't mind it. What do you think? Do you mind the branches kind of popping through? I don't mind it. I think I'm going to leave it. And I'm not going to add another sentiment. I'm going to leave it as that because I don't quite know who's going to get this one. And I want to be able to leave a little wiggle room to be able to add a different kind, you know, a different sentiment on the inside or whatever, or write a lot. Usually that's what I do is I leave a lot of space because I like to write. And there we have it. Okay, so Beauty of Friendship, Mountain Air, the bark embossing folder. Keep in mind that I do have that special going on right now for any order over $75. You get, in addition to the free $10 item, that's always available. Right now through June 22nd, you get a free embossing folder. And definitely the bark embossing folder would be a great addition to your collection. So there you have it. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can reach me, find all my links at jamieb.com, JAIMIEB.com, and I would love to help you. So thanks everyone for joining me today. I will see you again next week, same time, same place. Goodbye, everyone.